I'm here today with Ricardo to talk about
Hi,
these
everybody.
machines.
How are you? And I'm Ricardo. I'm with Philips. I'm with the manufacturer of the brand. And we're going to talk about a lot of exciting things today. The features. And please keep in mind the chat box will be open. And
Yes.
if you have any questions, just fire away. We're going to do the best we can to entertain them all and to make sure that we're going to learn a lot today on the Philips Saeco brand. Anna?
Thank you. Yeah, so as Ricardo said, the chat is open. We are live, so if you have any burning questions, please right away, because we're here to answer them. Also, you'll notice in the chat, if you click on the link, enter your email address, you may win one of these Philips coffee mugs for free, no purchase necessary, just by entering your email address. And they are a really nice, compact drink cup.
It's great for cappuccinos and your lattes, and it also keeps the beer pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not bad, just saying. Okay.
And it would fit really well under the drink spout. Not all coffee mugs, especially the larger ones, will fit under there. But I love this size because it is perfect for your cappuccinos, your shorter Americanos. There you go. So let's get started. Do you want to start with this Saeco Excelsius?
Yeah, so let's start with the high end. This is going to be the Excelsius Saeco. It's a stainless steel model. This is the top of the line. So I'm going to run through a couple of features. We're going to start from the top of the machine. We're going to have a UV protected lid, which is airtight, keeps the coffee nice and fresh. Inside, if you can get a little bit closer, you're going to find that this is going to hold 400 grams of coffee. It also has a 12 setting grinder, which is ceramic. This is very important, so you can go a little bit finer if you want a stronger, bolder espresso, and you could go a little bit coarser if you want to go towards an Americana style brew. The nice thing about this is that I'm going to give you some advantages of the ceramic grinder. So ceramic is a hardened material. It's like a diamond. And the beautiful thing about ceramic is that under high volume, it is not going to carry that heat as the older stainless steel burr grinders used to. So for office applications, if you have a lot of people using it consistently, it's going to not have heat transfer, burn the bean. The nice thing about also the ceramic grinder, it gives you more of a precise grind. So where you get a nice precise grind, it's going to give you a better, even water flow, which is going to give you a nice extraction coming out of the spout. It's also lower in noise, so it has a lower decibel, which is very important, especially if you're like me that has a double espresso in the morning at 5 o'clock. Not that can anyone tell that I have too much coffee already. So that's a nice advantage as well. So it's low in decibels, precise grind, and it does not give heat transfer. Also, it lasts up to 20,000 espressos, which is pretty good.
Nice.
Yep. We also have a bypass here. So let me put this back on here. We have a bypass if you want to use pre-ground coffee. Please keep in mind, do not use any flavored pre-ground or flavored espresso beans. Two reasons. One is going to be because once you're changing your coffee, it's going to have that tainted flavor from the previous. Also, the way they flavor espresso beans is they put a syrup on it, and that syrup, when it transfers through the brew group with hot water, it's going to kind of do a little bit of a sticky. It may be kind of an irritant to the brew group and to the unit. And did you want to add anything to that?
No, I think that's wonderful. That's really good information, because I'd heard that you shouldn't use flavored coffee beans in espresso machines before, but you gave a really good
just
reason
reinforcing
why.
the message.
Yes.
It also has a nice, sexy little tray here, a holder for your espresso cups. Now, go ahead.
Does this heat up?
It has a bit of a warm, but we don't really say it's a cup warmer.
You're right.
Keep in mind, even if the units do have a cup warmer, once it gets into energy saving, it's going to disable the warming element, but this is just a cup rest. So I'm going to get into the menu. So you can see here, we're going to have your on and off button. We're going to have your play button or your pause button. Over here, you're going to have your drinks. So let's talk about the drinks here. You're going to have 15 different types of drinks.
That's quite expansive.
Yeah.
Espresso machine.
It's very cool. So you're going to have basically a barista on your countertop that will give you the ability to do 8 user profile. So 8 different people can program. And you can tell, look who's here, Ricardo's here. So I can program for my espressos, I can program for my cappuccinos, my lattes. It's so super easy to do. When I hit profile, I am going to put my name Ricardo, so there's an editing to do that. Very simple. I am going to bring up my espresso. Then what I can do is I can control my strength with the equalizer. So this is called an equalizer. We can go, I like my espresso very strong. I'm going to call for a 1.7. Then I'm going to go to this window here. I am going to bring it to high, the temperature. I like a nice hot espresso, and I like full bodied. So this also gives you on the equalizer, if you want like lower the pressure and go into a lighter profile, balanced or strong. I'm going to go with my strong. I'm going to hit my play button, and I'm going to get my cup, and I've got my authorized Saeco espresso cup. I'm going to bring this down, and you want to bring down your spout so we don't shock or turbulence the espresso when it drops into your cup. We're going to have a bit of a pre-brew there. Now the pause, what that does simply is it grinds the coffee fresh, puts it into the brew group, which I'll show you in a little while. Under pressure, that is a super nice espresso. There we go. So that's what I've decided to do as far as my customized. It shows a little bit bleachy because of the light. So there you go. That's a perfect espresso.
Beautiful. And we have a question in the chat. Are these machines made in Italy?
Very good question. Thank you to the person who asked that. They are made in Italy. The Saeco brand is made in Italy, and the Philips brand is made in Romania. So we have 2 different factories for a lot of reasons. One is supply chain, and also for just diversified 2 different factories because we do have a lot of volume globally. What Anna's done now, the units prompted us that the dump box is full, and that's the beautiful thing about the Excelsius. It's going to tell you on the window exactly what beverage you're brewing, how you want to customize your beverage. It also has an onboard smart system that says, hey, I need to have my dump box emptied out, or let me take this opportunity to show you the 2.6 liter water tank that's just wonderfully conveniently located on the front. So I call this a front loader. This is the Aqua Clean filter. Let me talk about the Aqua Clean filter now that I'm showing you. Aqua Clean filter is good for 60 liters of water. It basically just purifies your water, getting rid of any flavored taste from the water, especially in the summertime, depending where you're located. And easy to use. We do recommend to use the Aqua Clean filter because it will give you an opportunity of not descaling, which it takes about 40 minutes. Not bad, but it's just a different way of doing maintenance. TA Appliances does sell all the accessories that you need for your maintenance needs, and also they sell the whole product range, which is great, one-stop shop. Your dump box. The other thing I do want to show you that's very important, this is the jewel of the industry. Saeco came out with a removable brew group, meaning that you don't need any filters or anything of that sort. I'm going to just put that on the side. So here's your brew group. This you just remove and just give this a rinse. So you can see it's a little dirty. So what I'm going to do is just show everybody. I'm just going to wash this and just show you how easy it is. We're just going to put this here under here once Anna's done.
No, go ahead.
And I'm just going to give it a little rinse. Now there is some manufacturers that have this locked in, and that's just by choice of the manufacturing that they have. It's just locked in. But the downfall to that is that you're going to need to buy maintenance product to keep it clean, where this is so easy. Just remove it, 30 seconds, you're done. I give it a little shake, and there you go. So I'm going to go back here and drop it back in.
So you don't have to wait for it to dry before you put it back in the machine?
Well, usually I do it at nighttime, and that's a very good question, Anna. At nighttime, I like to do it. We tend to say that clean that once every week, or depending if you do a lot of volume, you can clean it once a day. It literally takes 30 seconds to clean. I purposely not clean that just to show the audience that it's easy to clean. 30 seconds are done, and you don't need any maintenance solutions or any chemicals to do it. Thank you, Anna.
No
it's
problem.
wonderful. I'm going to put this back in here.
And we had a question about, does this machine do iced coffee?
At home, iced coffee or cold brew is something that's came out on the market in the last, I guess, 3 years or so. At home, I have the Excelsius, and the way I make my iced coffee and the way my girls make the iced coffee is very simple. The answer is yes and no. TA Appliance does have a cold brew from Philips, and what that does, it drops the temperature about 5 degrees Celsius, so the espresso would not melt the ice. So what I do at home, I love my almond milk latte cold. So I'll get my glass, I put my ice, I put the almond milk, and then I'll do a double shot of espresso. And it's just a wonderful drink. And if you go out to buy that at one of those fancy coffee shops, you're paying about $5.
Oh, 5 to 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so the beautiful thing, let's talk about that. So, yes, you are going to be paying for upfront for the espresso machine, like any other appliance in your kitchen. But the ROI, the return on investment, is so quick, so fast, especially in the coffee world, because every time I go out and I'll buy a double espresso, it is $3.50.
Oh, yeah.
And if I put my $3.50 in a little jar, my holiday jar, my vacation jar, I'll be amazed at how quickly you get up to $2,000 at the end of the year, which is just a tad close to what this would cost. Point being is that an espresso is probably about 15 to 20 cents, depending on the cost of your beans, but it's so affordable having it at home. When you go to a coffee house, you're paying about $5-6 for a latte macchiato, $4, $5 for a cappuccino. So it can really add up at the end of the week. At the end of the month, you're not going to be surprised spending $200.
Yeah.
And at the comfort of your home, it literally takes like a minute. Can we make a cappuccino?
Sure.
May I use, which glass would you like
Whichever
for me to
one
use?
you would like to use.
I am going to use this one right here.
Nice. We had a question about the cleaning. Can you clean the group head with soap and water, or will the soap affect the taste of the coffee?
The brew group,
Yes.
or the brew unit, does have a food grease. I would not put the brew group inside a dishwasher. It's going to strip all that grease that's going to make the unit move freely. So that's a great question. Warm water under the sink. Just give it a little rinse. Put it on top of a dish towel, or you can insert it at the end of the night in the unit, and it'll dry on its own. Very good question. Thank you. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring up cappuccino. So I'm going to ask my bartender. Bartender, I like my cappuccino strong. You know what? No, I'm going to go to regular. I want 1.7 ounces of espresso. Now look over here. You've got your milk. So how much milk do I want? Let me see. I'm going to do 8.1. Perfect. I'm going to go over here. I want my temperature nice and hot. I want it full-bodied. It also asks you your foam. Do you want it very frothy, or do you want less froth, or do you want more froth? I want more froth because I'm making a cappuccino. If I was making a latte macchiato, I would probably ask for no froth. I just wanted warm milk. And what I'm going to do here on this one is going to be milk first. Let's push a button. Grinder's activated. Nice and quiet.
It's very quiet.
It's just humming away. There we go. The next step is going to be this. I'm going to actually put this down here. So it has an LED light, and the LED light, you have three choices. You could have it off all the time. You could have it on while it's brewing only, or you could have it on all the time. At home, I have mine on all the time because it does. At nighttime, when I go into the kitchen, let's say at 11 o'clock at night, it has a nice little cascade of light. I got a little night light on top of my countertop. That is a super nice frothy, and you can see from a fully automatic machine, that is just gorgeous.
So what if I put too much milk for my cup?
If I put too much milk for my cup, which I probably did, I'm gonna stop. That steam is totally natural. What it's done right now is it just disinfected the line, so give me a little blast.
Okay, perfect.
Anna, thank you for that question, because sometimes, you know what, we change our cups, we change our mind, and it's just too much. So what I've done is I said, hey, you know what, too much milk. Let me stop right now. Look at this yummy espresso that's going in there. I'm going to do a little bit of latte art.
Very
like
nice.
this. And you know what? I am going to, there we go.
Beautiful.
So that beverage right there, $4, $4.50, maybe $5, depending.
least.
Maybe in Paris it's like 12, I don't know. But that is one beautiful cappuccino.
That's gorgeous.
Nice and hot.
Yeah, love that.
That probably cost me maybe 50 cents to make at home.
Amazing.
And that was so easy. Now, the other thing I want to show you is we have something here that's called clean. Hydro Clean. The Hydro Clean basically is, I am going to put this here. I'm going to hit this. It's going to prompt me. Connect the flex hose. Fine, that's all done. Place the metal tube. Then place the container under the spout. We don't need that really. It's just going to do this. Heating up. What this does is it's going to disinfect the spout and disinfect the line. So after, especially in the office, when we were all in the office, we had 2 of these going for about 45 to 50 staff members.
Oh, wow.
Cappuccino, latte, espresso before the meeting, cappuccino, latte during the meeting, and then, you know, and we would just use a Hydro Clean. So that's a steam, very important.
So
easy.
I have a question here from Kathy. She's asking, when you change the strength of the coffee, does it mean you would be changing the amount of caffeine?
Yes. Kathy, thank you so much. So basically caffeine, so everyone knows, let me talk about coffee 101 or caffeine 101. Espresso does taste very strong to the palate, but espresso, when you roast your bean to an espresso roast or a French roast, you're actually roasting more than a drip style coffee. When you roast, you get more flavor out of the bean and you're dropping the caffeine level. It does taste strong, but actually espresso has less caffeine than a brew style coffee for that one reason. The second reason is an espresso will take usually about 20 seconds from start to finish on the brew, where a drip style coffee will probably take anywhere from 4 minutes, 3.5 minutes, depending. So therefore you have a lot more contact on the water, gravity fed through the basket, where espresso is pressurized. That's why you have your crema. And also the other coffee 101 caffeine would be also the different types of blends. Arabica will have more of a gentle, mild coffee flavor profile, a little bit more less caffeine, where you have a Robusto, which is more of a bolder, acidity, stronger caffeine based bean. Thank you for the question. Very good.
Excellent.
So this is Excelsius. If you're looking to purchase, a great time during the home show. There is some savings. I'm not going to mention the savings because they're incredible and we don't want to disclose, but please go onto the site, talk to one of the TA associates. They're very helpful, very knowledgeable, and I guarantee you'll be very surprised on what they can do for you. And I know that they have them in stock, which is very important.
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions on this, Anna?
No, I think we're all good. I think
good?
we're ready to move on to the Philips.
So now we have a Philips brand. So this one here, let me just back up on $27.99 regular price. We're going to go into a different price point altogether. This is now going to be the Philips. This one here would retail $10.49. I'm going to talk to you about our milk solution. This is the Latte Go. This came on the market on Philips, I think about 2.5 years ago. Just took the market by storm. It takes literally 10 seconds to clean. Very simple. Again, you have your lid with your seal. The capacity of the coffee grinds are about 180 grams. You still have your adjustment here, and you also have your pre-ground chute. Same rule applies. Do not use any flavored coffee. On this one here, it's going to assist you in a little bit of a different way. We're going to have the interface here that's going to show if I want 1 or 2 espressos. And then on this dial here, on the Excelsius, you would dial in stronger or weaker. On here, we just push. So you see the 3 dots mean I'm at full strength. 1 dot is mild. 2 is medium. 3 is going to be strong. And this is now going to be my, that's going to be my length. Now I hit my button here. It activates the grinder. I'm going to just take this off for a second. I'm going to drop my spout. And here we go. So very quick. It's a quick cycle when it comes to freshly grind. And I'll tell you, one thing I love about the espresso machine with the built-in grinder is that every single brew is freshly ground. So you're not just, it's not made and put on the side. It's nice and hot. And the way espresso should be drunk is nice and hot. And there you go. What a beautiful crema on that. Absolutely gorgeous. There we go. So that again, 15 to 20 cents, done very quickly, very easily. I want to make you a cappuccino on this one here. Just want to show you that we're not compromising, that we're going into a lower price point unit. I'm going to use this one here. This one here, I'm simply going to hit a cappuccino. I'm going to take a look over here. You know what? I think that's going to be too strong for me. I'm going to do this, and let's do this here. I'm going to go full max on that, and here we go. So let's see what happens here. Grinder activates, brews the bean, grinds the bean. It's going to go into my brew group. It's going to pressurize that for 5 seconds or so. So that's the pause that we have right now. And I can just start hearing that it's going to start. Now you're going to get your nice hot frothed milk coming out of the spout here. Here we go. This is absolutely wonderful. You can see that hot milk. You can see the steam kind of feathering up. Look at that. That's absolutely beautiful. That is a nice. And everyone has their own preference when it comes to milk. At home, I use 2%. Some others use 1%. My daughters will use almond milk. Almond milk will have a bit of a challenge with the frothing because we're dealing with almond milk, but it still works fine. Now my second step is going to be a nice hot espresso that's going to go into my hot milk. And again, I'm going to do my Italian latte art. There we go. And voila.
Beautiful.
Another masterpiece. Made at home, made very quick, very affordable. You just can't beat that. I love my machine that I have at home because when I'm entertaining, it's so easy to make those cappuccinos and lattes. And then hot chocolate for the kids. The nice thing I love is just adding, my wife adds her Baileys to that. And for my espresso, I'll have a little shot of grappa or some Zambuca on the side. So it's very, very, it's always used. One of my number one used appliances for sure. I start it in the morning with it, and then I finish it with it at night. So let me introduce you to the, again, AquaClean filter. We have a 1.7 liter water tank. We're going to have this here that holds enough milk to make 4 cappuccinos or 3 lattes. Easy to fill, even with it on if you want to, top up your milk. This becomes a hot water dispenser as well. So with this off, it becomes a hot water dispenser. I apologize, on the Excelsius, it does the same thing. It gives you hot water for your tea. Here is where your coffee pucks will go, in here. So you have a nice dump box in there. And we also have all the fully automatics. Philips also have a removable brew group, which is situated on this side here. There you go. So I'll show you. And that's nice and clean, easy to go. We're going to click that on, and we're going to put this back in.
And the thing that I love about this style of water tank is that if you have this under a counter, you don't have to pull it out to pull out the water tank.
Exactly. That's a very good point, Anna. So there are some units within our lineup, more of the older units where the water tank was on the back, and we do have some units from other brands that do have it on the side. And the issue there is that if you're especially with a small countertop, you're working with limited real estate with the unit. You're looking for the water tank on the side or on the back. It can be a little bit of a nuisance. So this is also very easy to use to fill up the water tank, and so on and so forth. To clean, very simple. One thing I do want to mention to you, it is perfectly normal that you're going to find water in your tray. The machine is not broken, it's not leaking. What it's doing is, it's after the brew cycle of the espresso or the cappuccino, there is a release valve for the pressure, and that squirts out a little bit of water to get rid of the pressure in the system. So please don't think that when you bought your Saeco or your Philips espresso machine that it's broken, that you're finding water in the tray. It's doing exactly what it should be doing, just releasing the pressure from within the system.
Perfect. Is the milk container dishwasher safe?
Oh, that is the best one today. We do say that it is safe, but this is what I do. This comes apart, and I'm going to do this here. Anna, thank you for that question.
Oh, it's
That's
from
fantastic.
Kathy in the chat.
So, whoever asked that, thank you. Okay. This is why people love the Latte Go system. I can just put this at night over here, or even in fact, just rinse it, leave it upside down on the unit, and you're done. Or you can even put it back on the unit as such. So this has no tubes. The actual tube that brings up the milk is going to be created when I put A and B together. It's going to create the actual pickup line that brings up the milk, and this cyclones it nice and hot and dispenses it out of the spout. That's how easy it is.
Wow, that is very easy.
Super cool.
Yeah, and this model does iced coffee, doesn't it?
It does. So this one here is, you're going to bring up your recipe that you want. You're going to hit your button. It's going to give you a choice of 90, 120, or 150 milliliters of coffee. Mm-hmm. It drops at about 5 degrees. And you're going to have your glass or your travel mug with ice, and then it dispenses.
Perfect. That's so easy.
It is super easy. And again, it has a lot of features where it's so, you have your espresso. I can make 1 or 2 espressos. I can make a coffee, and I can make my iced coffee. Cappuccino, latte macchiato, and also hot water. $10.49 is MSRP, retail price. TA Appliance again has a home show special. You do get a travel mug if you buy within the terms of the home show. But most important, do the math. At $10.49, discretionary price that TA Appliance is going to give you guys. So you're going to get that money back a lot quicker. Do your math. I guarantee you're going to probably pay for the machine off within 6 months.
Especially if you have a lot of people in your house.
Especially if you have a lot of people. Absolutely. I think I paid my machine off within the last 3 weeks.
Oh my goodness.
Just saying. This one here now is our EP 4321. I'll give you a code on that. And this one here now is what you notice here. You're going to have a panarello. We call this a panarello. This is going to be the manual steamer. I love my manual steamers. I used to be a barista, bartender for 22 years, so I'm very familiarized and how to use this. So easy to use. This unit here on the top, we're going to have espresso, coffee, americano, coffee crema. We're going to have the ristretto, which is a very short shot of espresso, and hot water. and then we have our steam. So this unit I don't have plugged in, but let's use our imagination. We're going to get our steamer. Just going to use that. We're going to have milk in here. Machine is on, we hit steam. This is a volumizer. So if I want to make a cappuccino, I'm going to put it on cappuccino. And what that does, it's going to give me more air so I can aerate my milk. Once you get your technique, it is so nice and easy to use. It's going to volumize your milk. It makes it nice and hot and frothy. It's a 2-stage, so I froth my milk. I'm going to put this underneath, and then I'm going to make my choice of espresso. Puts it on, it puts it inside, and then you're done. So it's a 2-step, a little bit different than the Latte Go or the Excelsius, but very easy and very quick to do.
So we have a question from Kathy. What is the difference between the Cafe Crema and the Americano on the machine?
Okay, so the Americano is going to be a long brew. Usually it's going to be just coffee, probably about 8 ounces or so. Where the Cafe Crema is going to be a shorter shot, and you can put milk on there, or you can put hot milk on there for your Cafe Crema. So you can froth your milk and just add a little dab onto that. So that can be your Cafe Crema.
And what's the difference between the Americano and the coffee?
So again, it's more to do with profiling. So okay. Imagine this. We're going to have an Americano that's going to be 8 ounces. 8 ounces in your cup or your mug. If you're going to have a coffee, we can make that say 4 ounces. So you're going to have a profile difference in flavor.
Okay.
And then the espresso traditionally is going to be a 1 ounce pour, a 2 ounce pour. Some people like their espressos 3 ounce. Mm-hmm. We're going to start getting into a little bit of diluting of the flavor, but everyone has their palate. Everyone likes a different beverage,
right,
in style and flavor. My wife drinks white wine. I drink red wine. It's wine, but different flavors and different styles. Okay?
Excellent.
So again, you're going to have your built-in ceramic grinder. We have a pre-ground. We have an adjustment. Airtight, UV protected, so in case the unit has a bit of by the window and has sunlight, you're not going to damage your beans. This sits all nice and easy. This comes off very simple, so you can rinse under the sink and clean it. This unit here is nice and clean, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to take advantage and just move this back. This is your tray, your box, and all the Philips EP series. We have, I would say, 7 different models in our lineup. They're all beautiful. They all have different features. Here's your water tank, 1.7. This has a manual frother with an aerator. From your spout to your tray, you have about 5 3/4 inch height. So keep in mind for your travel mugs or your cups, keep that in mind that you have a 5 3/4 inch plate that you can work with. Latte Go, simple menu, same idea. Does it automatically for you. And then we have the top of the line Saeco, 8 different users, 15 different beverages, totally programmable. You put your name on here. And again, I'm just going to go very quickly. You have your espresso, your coffee, your cappuccino, your latte. Then we're going to have the cafe latte, the flat white, espresso lungo, long espresso. Here's your Americano. Now this unit here, when it makes the Americano, it's quite interesting. It makes a nice shot of espresso. So you have a nice shot of espresso, and then it's going to give you hot water separately, so we don't run the water through the brew group. It will give you a different profile, more of a cleaner, more softer, silky flavor on your Americano. And then to continue on, we have espresso macchiato, espresso with a shot of milk. Ristretto, very short. Espresso doppio, which is double espresso. Cafe au lait. Cafe corretto. Then we have hot milk. The hot milk is a fantastic feature. You can use it for 2 reasons: to make your hot chocolate, or to top off just hot frothed milk on your beverage if you want a little bit more. You have warm milk. And then you have your hot water for your teas. One-stop shop with all the beverages. I don't think we need more than that.
No, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for taking us through these beautiful machines.
Sorry, Anna, I took a little bit too much time.
That's okay. I learned a lot from this presentation. So thank you so much. And remember, it is our home show savings event. Lots of special offers on these products. So make sure you click on the little link in the picture in your video screen. Visit taappliance.com or come and talk to a member of our sales team in store at one of our 6 locations. And all of these purchases would qualify for our free chef kit, which you get for spending over $19.99. And don't forget to put in your name and email address to get one of these mugs for free.
If I may just say one other thing, one thing I do love with TA Appliance, and I've been with TA as a rep for the last 18 years. So they're located in Barrie, Mississauga, and Kitchener, and Toronto, Bradford. Kitchener again. So you have a lot of geographical representation. Espresso machine, appliances, home show. Come and see us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.